Dear education system, there is a growing feeling that something is wrong with you. I mean, isn't it your job to prepare us for the real world? I don't know, but it doesn't really seem like that you're doing that. School hasn't changed all that much in the last 100 years, even though the world around us is changing faster than ever. Why? Our school system was designed back in the industrial age, when we needed lots of factory workers. That's why the system is all about mass production and mass control. Just like in a factory, all day long students follow instructions and do what they are told to do. Sit down, don't talk, open up your book and turn to page 20. Solve problem number 3. They are rewarded for following the rules and doing exactly what the teachers tells them to do. But here's the thing. In the modern world, that's just not enough. Look at the successful people. You need to be creative, able to communicate your ideas, and work well with others. These are the values that matter today. How can students develop these skills in a system that is still based on old-fashioned values? Autonomy. In school, every minute is planned out for you, and you are told what to do and when to do it. But in the real world, when you're doing something important, you get to manage your own time. Experts believe it's important for children to have control over their own lives, which means autonomy. When you're always told what to do, it's easy to get bored and demotivated. Plus, it does not leave any room for taking risks and learn new things. But in the real world, taking risks is important, because taking risks requires immense mental strength, and it takes courage to get out of our comfort zones into unknown territories. In school, you get told the opposite. Only the children who follow the rules and get good grades are the ones who will succeed. The ones with bad grades are seen as failures. But answer the simple question: does every problem in the real world have a solution like all the maths equations do in a school? Authentic learning. The system defines a set of knowledge that all children must know. Through exams, we measure how much has been retained. But just memorizing things isn't real learning. It can be so much more than memorization and retention. But that's the only thing we measure. Only test scores are the things we value. This is an extremely unhealthy culture for students, parents and also teachers. Students staying up all night long memorizing useless facts that they will forget after a couple of days. If you can't memorize or master a subject, it means that you are dumb. The system is telling you that you are dumb. But in the real world, accepting failures and setbacks are the most important skills. Reflecting on why it didn't work out. Failure should be faced with gratitude and in positive, not negative lights. No room for passion nor interest. The system is rigid and inflexible. Every child is expected to learn the same thing, the same way and at the same time, ignoring the basic fact of human being. Humans are unique and different in their own ways. The system doesn't encourage children to find their passion or explore what they're really good at. I mean, the most important question in a child's life should be, what am I actually good at? How do I fit into this world after I finish school? I mean, read through the history of successful people. Average grade students or failed 6th grade. They failed in the traditional school system. However, they were able to overcome their failures. But most of those failure students never get encouraged to start nor to reflect. Learning methods. Learning is a personal journey that depends on individual strengths and weaknesses, as well as the tools and resources that work best for each person. However, in today's society, we tend to compare ourselves with others, especially in school, where the grading system is often one size fits all and doesn't account for individual differences. I mean, everyone has been there when the gang meets up before the exams, flexing about how productive they are or downplaying like, I'm so screwed or I'm behind, looking for sympathy and reassurance. In reality, it doesn't really matter how much work your friends have done, nor the grades they have gotten in their exams. Only thing that really matters is your own performance and learning from your own mistakes. I mean, I'm not a bad student at all. I've experienced different phases and have my own strengths and weaknesses. It's disappointing to feel like that we are doing degrees for the sake of having degrees and not for the genuine purpose to learn something. I've learned so many skills and gained so much knowledge from my job and from the internet. And I think that's exactly why I think the education system is ineffective and outdated. With the internet, everyone has all the information needed at their fingertips, but the system does not use those incredible resources to their advantage, simply out of fear of losing control. If you enjoyed this video, I would greatly appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel, where I share and document my journey while learning different skills.